The modulators. Kind of the forgotten part of weaponizers and Earthrise as a whole, but I've been waiting to make this video for a while, because I really like these guys. And I think they're really fun and a lot of interesting things about them. And I can't think of a better way to start than Earthrise Wave 1 at the retail level with Ironworks, who is a very faithful adaptation of the original Micromaster base, being the Ironworks workshop with the big crane arm, which is totally posable and playable in this mode. It gives him an advantage over Airwave, in my opinion, having that play feature. The base mode is nice and cohesive, and the colors look really, really good. I think that this is the perfect start to the modulators. Now in Wave 2, we got Airwave, and he is mid, to say the least. He's just a runway strip with a little airport. I do like the tower, but it's not as functional as Ironworks, because what do you do with just a strip of road with a building on the side of it? There's not a lot to do here. And like I said, there's a lot of missing paint on this guy. Granted, we will get a version of this that fixes that. Now, the main fun of the modulators comes from being able to connect them with the airlock connectors and build out a huge, big city base and get the Micromasters involved. Airwave and Ironworks specifically actually got Micromasters in Siege, which is really, really cool. Now we have the one that I already talked about, Grease Pit, who got his own video. If you want to see me talk about this guy in a lot more detail, I'll put a card up right here so you can check it out. But Grease Pit is definitely a standout, made from the Ironworks mold and just owning the fact that he's a retool. Then we get these guys, a quick break from the normal. These are Battle Masters that are actually strips of road, double crosser, and sound barrier, and they add in some nice functionality such as a four-way intersection or just a road extension. It's nice, and I'm sure if you have a lot of modulators, you have a couple of these guys banging around. I wish I had Slitherfang though. Now we come to the crown jewel of the modulator stuff, the Botropolis set. This was a 2-pack released exclusively through Amazon featuring Overair and Ironworks in their Transformers Zone colors. Yeah, kind of an obscure one. It also came with Double Dealer's Rocket, a recolor of the Shuttle Micromasters, and a recolor of the Fire Truck Micromasters. It is absolutely incredible what they were able to do with these guys. The paint jobs on these are perfect. The tampos, the decals, everything feels really premium with these two, and it is like the standout set of the modulators. If you're going to get a pair of the modulators, if you can only get one, get the Botropolis set. It is so worth it. Now we come to the whole reason that you get them is to build this huge conglomerated city mess that you get. It is really fun, and there's so many neat ways you can reconfigure these guys to make your own unique Botropolis city thing out of these modulators, and getting the Micromasters involved just makes it all the more fun. It really is sad that we only got 2 different modulator molds, and this one was the only one that got any major retooling. So we're going to kind of split this section up between the Grease Pit variants and the Airwave variants. If I had Hot House, he'd be here too, but Hot House is terrible. So yeah, so we're just going to talk about those two. I don't want that one. But yeah, we are going to, we're going to start with the Ironworks molds. Actually, you know what? We'll start with these. We'll start with the little guys first, and then we'll go into the Ironworks molds. So these two are based on original Micromaster bases, obviously the Ironworks base and the Grease Pit base, and then this is actually based on the Countdown base. So and what's crazy about this is out of all 3 of these, the only one of them who got their Micromaster was Ironworks, which is pretty cool. He got it in Siege, which is really nice if you have that Micromaster 10-pack, so. But yeah, the modes on this guy are pretty cool. If you want to see some of the more in-depth modes, be sure to check out that Grease Pit video because it does show off all of them. I'm not going to do all of them here. We're just going to talk about the main base mode and then the robot mode. So transformation is extremely simple. It's the normal pull-apart style transformation. And getting him into robot mode is as easy as that. And I'm going to cut here so that way I can get all of them into their bot mode. Alright, we got Ironworks. Let's get Grease Pit. Alrighty, and last but not least, Lunarworks. So here they all are in their bot mode, and yeah, they're kind of all a little janky. And personally, there's not one of these that looks bad. I mean, obviously they all look relatively the same because they really are, but there's enough that you can do between them to kind of customize them and make them look a little different between each other. And the colors really do contrast, which is nice, especially in a group of modulators like this, when they're all just not even new head retools, they're just new color versions. Personally, Ironworks, and it might just be that he's new, looks really, really good. I think Grease Pit might be, in my opinion, the worst looking. Just not that he's bad, just like out of all of them, I find him kind of the most gaudy. It just seems like the gray really comes out of nowhere and breaks it up a lot. And Lunarworks obviously has a very, very cohesive color scheme. Now, this is still just Ironworks, like officially, but, you know, fan dubbing and whatnot. There's a lot of fan names for the space-based Micromasters. And for kind of size comparison here, we can show them off next to their Micromaster partners. So let me get Ironworks turned into a robot. And there we go. Which I think this is just really cool, being able to have, like, you know, little guys, and then what's essentially almost Titan scale deluxes to them, which is kind of insane. Let's get into the other molds. Now, it is pretty interesting to me that both molds had like a retail release and then a selects release, and then obviously they were in a box set together in the Botropolis set. But yeah, and then same thing with the other one, is only the retail one got its Micromaster. But what's fun about the Micromaster that goes with this one is this is over air. This isn't Airwave. So this is technically supposed to go with this one, but if you put a little Decepticon logo on it like I did, then it goes with this one. So yeah, kind of crazy how that happens, that they made this one into the Japanese version, and then so technically, but these are also technically the same guy. Like, it's literally just like which version like you got. So if you had the Japanese one, it's this guy, and if you had the American one, it's this guy. They were basically no color differences between them. So he goes to both, which I think is cool. But let's get them into their robot modes, which I hadn't shown off this mold before, so I will show off the transformation on this guy, and it's pretty simple. This one is missing one of the tubes, so oh well. This one is literally just like, if it comes off, take it off, and then flip up this, spin it around, fold that up, take this, pull it off, take the leg and fold it in on itself. I like to kind of push that up so that way it gets right there. Yep. And then same thing over here. Take this. Oh, that's right. That one tabs in. Yeah, there's actually tabs on this one for different modes, so you can lock it in base mode, which is kind of cool. There we go. And then just a matter of plugging on his legs like such. Taking this and plugging it into the bottom of the torso. Pulling out this panel, slapping that on there, taking this, putting it on there, and rotating the arm like so. There we go. Boop. And there is Airwave. Now let's get over air transformed. And now here's where some major differences come out. This guy is a lot darker in the colors. It's pretty insane, and there's also a lot more gold, which I really, really do appreciate. I do still think these guys look really good, and let's bring out their Micromaster, which I did do a short on the Micromaster, so if you want to see like the other modes for this mold, you can check that out. I'll put a card up. But yeah, this guy, there he is. They look pretty good together overall. But yeah, these guys are pretty crazy. It's pretty insane to me how different they are, despite like originally them just being the same color. Now, yeah, I don't have Hothouse, so I can't fully show off all of them, but the 5 I have here are a pretty good representation of what I got and what you will generally get out of the modulators here. They're a lot of fun, and if you enjoy the Micromasters like I enjoy the Micromasters, then having tiny Titan-sized figures go with your Micromasters is insane. Like, I could see these being really fun for a kid on a budget, or just really fun for even people like me, like I said, because it's neat to have Micromasters and then figures that are essentially Titans that turn into their bases, and they're so varied despite being from the same mold. Anyways, let me know what you thought about these guys in the comments below, and let me know which ones you have, and I'll see you in the next one. This has been Bots Obsession.